Hey guys, what's up? Troy Browder here, photographer and editor of FromThePit.net, welcoming you to our first ever From the Pit with the 3 songs, so you can join me in the pit for the first 3 songs, so you can see how it is to photograph a live show whenever we do so. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play a video clip from a GoPro that I had attached to my camera while I was in the pit shooting with Asking Alexandria on their most recent, Break Down the Walls tour. Almost forgot which tour it was because I've seen these guys quite a few times. So you can join me. I'll be commenting on stuff that I'm doing, like what I'm looking for whenever I'm shooting a show. And then I'm also going to be putting up on the screen photos that were keepers throughout the show. I think I got about 29 shots while I was in the pit, and then a few more whenever I was roaming around afterwards, which won't be in the video. So like I said, thanks for joining me as I go ahead and get this video started up now. And we're in the intro of the song, so I'm adjusting the GoPro now. Everybody's screaming, waiting for the band to come out. It's kind of dark. I was actually really surprised that the GoPro picked up all this because it was really dark until that big boom of light hit me for right there. Now, starting off shooting a show like this, I always make sure that my camera settings are about 2/50th of a second, maybe aperture at f4, and then my ISO is usually at 800. Then once the lights kick in, I would check out what my photos are looking like from there and then adjust whether I need to brighten it up, which in a venue like this most of the times I do have to brighten it up, or if I had to bring them down if I'm shooting in a large arena or something like that. I really like this tour too because of the setup with the vending machines that are flashing these big balls of light right there. I knew that I was going to get something pretty cool from those. And I think I got about 3 shots whenever the band was out on stage. I know one was Cameron Liddell and one was Ben Bruce. Alright, the band is out on stage. You see Ben Bruce up to the top, right on top of the vending machines. I didn't really get any good keepers from any of these shots. Cameron's up on the left. And James behind the drums. It was kind of hard to get him because his drum set was so high. I'm just making excuses now. Then here comes lead singer Danny Worsnop. Hit me with a little bit of water. It didn't really show up in the photograph though. These strobes I just didn't even bother shooting. Catching a photo with strobe light is pretty hard. Photo of Sam Bentley. And you can hear my shutter clicking throughout the entire video, so you can actually see how many photos that shot. I never really motor drived at all. I try to pick my time, pick out my shots like each time instead of just holding the button down like a lot of photographers like to do during shows. These guys are always back and forth on stage. I really like this light over behind him, but I just didn't get any good shots from it. See, camera's pointed down. I was checking the photos, making sure my settings were good. But I did get one good one of Danny right there with that light behind him with that glow. So I thought that was pretty cool. And the lens that I'm using, in case you're wondering, is a 16-35 2.8 rented from lensrentals.com. They did not pay me to say that. That's just where I rent my lenses from. This is my first time renting this lens, and I'm really glad that I did because of the smaller venue. They were really close to me, and the lens that I have on my camera usually is a 28-70, and it just wouldn't have worked for this shot. So I'm glad that I rented that 16-35. It really helped me out during this show. Another hard thing about this place shooting was the photo pit was kind of small, and these security guards in there were pretty burly. You know, they're mostly all bigger guys except for one guy, and they weren't too nice to the photographers, not me anyway. One of them pushed me during We Came as Romans set. So, oh well. I got over it and still got my job done as they were doing their job, but they're just trying to catch crowd surfers. See, that strobe was insane. Got nothing from it. I tried. See, looking on my camera to make sure I didn't get anything. Nope, still didn't get nothing from the strobes. The red lighting was pretty harsh. So that's whenever you'll see a lot of the black and white shots come from. And there's one of those shots with the vending machine that I really liked. And got another one while he was jumping. Where is it at? Missed opportunity. I will give it to Danny Warstop, the lead singer right here. He is really hard to photograph just because he never stops moving. At least with everybody else, they're kind of just hanging out on the stands in one place as they play their instruments. But Danny is just back and forth the entire stage, and it's really hard to get shots of him. But there's one right here that I got of Danny and Ben both as he was jumping off right there. I really like the light that came out of that. We had some white light on the front and then the glow from the back. And there's that jump shot I thought was Cameron, but it was Ben, obviously. Got those vending machine lights on the back of that shot as well. Those things really helped me out with that white lighting. So thanks to Load Dog, their lighting director, for using a good bit of white light to help me out with those. I was trying to get some shots that weren't normal to what I've already shot, because I got basic shots of all the guitars pretty much already, so I was trying to figure out some ways to get some less normal shots that I've already gotten, which is whenever these lights kick in right here that I really liked of Danny. So I was actually able to get some good ones because he stood still. So there he is, sticking out the arms. I got another one coming up. Right there, all those shimmering lights coming through the fog. And I was gonna try and get one of, you know, his face whenever he turns away from that microphone, because he was all up on the mic. I got one somewhere right here. There it is. I was able to get that full mouth while he was looking over at the other guys. Since he was moving to the back of the stage, I thought I'd go ahead to the right. I don't know what this guy was doing. He was in the pit the whole time with an iPhone for some reason. I don't know if he was with the band or what, but he was just hanging over to the side, so he didn't get in my way. I didn't really mind it. I just thought, I was like, why is this guy over here? Really love that shot right there with the vending machine light from the background. It's pretty funny. You can hear the crowd singing along as well as myself. Why do your job if you don't like it, right? So whenever I'm in the song with a band that I really enjoy and I know their music, I sing along. I'm not afraid to do so. I mean, how many people could say that they go to their job and love it as much as I do doing stuff like this? Really wish I would have gotten a shot of that hand. Another missed opportunity. I was really slow on my shutter that night for some reason. Another black and white photo from all that red lighting. But it makes it really contrasty after I edit it. Throw some extra contrast in there and get the grain out. Really love that shot from Ben. Once again, red lighting, so I turned it black and white. I think it fits though. The lens glare made it really hard to focus while Ben was back there, so I didn't even bother shooting off anything. See all the sweat on his guitar from that one. Ben Bruce and black and white photos just go really, really well together. And that photo right there, it just got in like such a quick movement while he was jumping, skipping from stage to stage, from one side of the stage to the other. I think this is like the 4th show that I've shot with these guys. And for some reason, I always neglect their bass player, Sam, and their other guitar, Cameron, right here. Pretty much every show except for this one, I wanted to make sure that I got like really good photos of those guys. Because Danny and Ben aren't the only 2 guys in the band. That's what I've seen online. I think Danny was drinking a bit too much before the show right there. He was kind of like swaggering. It's that cold cock whiskey he was drinking this up on the drum riser. There's the guy with the iPhone again. He's just rocking out, watching us do our jobs. Probably should have snapped more photos of that right there while we had white lighting. I believe that was the end of the 3rd song. But we hung around for a little bit longer. I'm not sure about the other photographers in the set, but I shot probably like midway through this 4th song, which we're really not supposed to do, but nobody was kicking us out. So if we're going to get really good shots from a show before we get kicked out, then why not? And some really good ones came out of this 4th song that really helped us out, so I'm glad that I stayed in. Especially with these lights right here. I wasn't even worried about shooting, and I was like, oh, I might want to get these shots before these lights go away. So that's what I did. Which you can see the result right there. It came out pretty good. Photographer right here in front of me is the lovely Sandra Chin. She is actually on tour with the band We Came as Romans, so go check out her work. I know that her Instagram name is Sandra or Sandra, so go check out some of her work. She's got some really good stuff of We Came as Romans, since she's on tour with them at all times pretty much, and she was really nice. I was shooting wide right here. I really don't know why I didn't use anything. I'm pretty sure if I look back through the photos, I'll end up like using something from it later on point in time. But whenever I was in the process of editing all these shots, I didn't really care for anything from this part of the set. But I had the nuisance to go back 6 months from now and look at photos that and then reuse them or whatever, since I don't even know what I'm saying. I tend to go back after shooting a show after a long time and then end up using them and then wonder why I didn't use them because they were so good. This right here is really cool. Danny came sat in front of us. I only got 2 really good usable photos, but you can hear my camera clicking off. I took it probably like 8 to 10 shots, but I don't like using multiple photos from one shot. You see the security guard down at the bottom left telling us to get out the pit now. I think everybody else stayed except for me, so I went ahead and headed out. Got out of the photo pit before I upset security. So there you have it. 3 to 4.5 songs from the pit with a photographer's standpoint of view, and then you could also see all the photos and stuff that I got to take. Thanks for stopping by. If you like what we're doing, leave us a comment. I probably sounded really redneck whenever I said that. I'm a little sick right now, so if I had an accent throughout the video, I'm sorry. I try not to sound southern, but I am, so oh well, that's where I'm from. Like I said, if you liked what we're doing here, we plan on doing more videos like this so you can see our perspective of different shows. If you have any bands in mind that you want to see that are not on our website, feel free to email me, troy@FromThePit.net. And we look forward to doing this kind of stuff a lot more. We just need your feedback. We want to see what you want to see. So do that, and we'll try and get it out to you. Thanks again. Be sure to follow us on Facebook. You can just type in the search bar FromThePit.net, or you can just go to our website. We have a Facebook button, a Twitter button, and a Tumblr button up at the top right of our website. You can just click any one of those and go follow us on those. We also have an Instagram, which is just @FromThePit. It's really simple. We're lucky enough to jump on that before all the other places that use a From the Pit type marketing for their brand. I think that we're one of the best ones out there, to be honest. No offense to the other guys. I know From the Pit 666 on Instagram. He's a really cool guy that shoots down in Australia. I haven't really talked to him, but we kind of said hey back and forth because we have the same brand name. But yeah, there we go. 3 songs, or 4.5-ish songs from the pit with me, photographer Troy Browder. See you next time. Signing off.